Are all the samurai present and ready to dish out justice? Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. How are you guys holding up? Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Hope everybody's been having a lovely week so far, a lovely Tuesday. Hello Yesh, how are you holding up? Good to see you, as always. And yeah, we are going to pick up wherever the heck we left off last time. Boy, a lot of things have happened last time, haven't they? A very long investigation, a very long first hearing. Ready for some more? That's actually the reason why we are starting earlier from now on Tuesdays as we play this. Well, Thursdays as well. As long as we're playing Ace Attorney, really. Because, yeah, these are getting pretty long and I don't want us to stay very late, especially in the middle of the week. So, yeah, I hope that is cool with everyone. Good, it's colder today, so I'm waiting for some snow maybe soonish. Yeah, I've been hearing that it's been kinda snow adjacent everywhere. It's around 5 degrees here in the past couple of days. Doesn't feel like it's going to snow anytime soon, but who knows? In some regions it has been snowing. But we're still waiting. I guess we will see. But yes, what have we been up to in the current case? Well, we did bid farewell to Maya. She is back home, allegedly, training, catching colds. Since then, Phoenix didn't really take any cases. Until a mysterious girl, around-ish Mia's age, showed up and demanded we defend her sister, who, apparently, turns out, is a chief prosecutor. And she allegedly, according to herself, actually committed a murder. And we are trying to make heads and tails of whatever the heck's happening. Why is she trying to commit herself? Edgeworth is involved. A murder was committed in his car, in the trunk of his car, with his knife. So yeah, things are still very much convoluted. We are going to go back to the scene of the crime and see what else we can find, and basically see how much progress we can make today. Ready to go? Let's see, episode 5, day 2, trial ladder. Let's let it go. Can quietly hope that maybe it's not gonna be nearly as long today, but I guess we'll see. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Like, you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there. Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. Yeah, it was very quicksandy. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with the piece of cloth. Yes, her scarf was found in the muffler of the car on the picture. So, this is where we turn the trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell you the truth. Hello, partner? Greetings, Sheriff, or should I say Marshal? They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a young'un, at least. Officer Marshall! Though I'd come to take a look-see at how the trial's going, looks like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there, anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You can shouldn't be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall, the whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. That she wasn't. You don't say. No, don't that just be it all? I've seen the red breeze blow at the cylinder neck many a time. I saw it that day too. I saw it, she was wearing a red muffler. So, is the red muffler in the muffler? Of a red car? At the awards ceremony that afternoon. Edward's seen it too, I reckon. What does that mean? In a photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. Think, Wright, think! So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let the bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's a steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee! Please? February 23rd, 12:32 p.m. District Court. Courtroom number 9. Are we straight to the courtroom? Okay. I'd like to resume? I've got the same question. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over, your back is... It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Stomach cramps. Well then, I believe it is time we continued on this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable! It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me, knock knock, whatever that is. Who's there? Hello? How on earth do I voice you? What's with this guy? A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? It's you. Who? I'm confused. Sir, state your name and profession. Oh! Sorry, I'm late. Gee, the roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, eh? Gee, how you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been busy. Busy. Gee, my boy, you have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Gee, seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? So you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks. So sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little worthy. Mr. Wright. You don't know this district chief of police? No? Chief of police? He is the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Okay. The name's Grant, Damon Grant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. Hello, Grant. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 20 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's more than a year. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. The red muffler. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So, Miss Star wasn't just saying Miss Star wasn't just saying things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. Why wasn't it in the picture? But to think that I was stuffed into that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. A little worthy scar, no less. Uh-huh. Is the game lagging, or these are just very dramatic pauses? It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Objection! Grant looks like he's late for a crusade. Yeah, I kinda had the same thought. Chief! What kind of outfit are you running? Well, Mr. Edgeworth? See? Edgeworth is also confused. How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? Oh, not that kind of outfit. Okay. If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? No, wait a minute, Worthy? I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or, didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says, person in charge of investigation. There's no mistake that signature. Is there... Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had... Your head in the clouds your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. I'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of the knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Okay, the game is going to do it for us, I guess. We're in such a hurry that we're going to slowly scroll towards it. And then slowly rotate it. Is this what you want me to press? I kinda am interested in that number over there, but never mind that, I suppose. Right, the cross reminds me of a character from some last Guilty Gear. Well, there you go! Even more connections! What? Don't scare me like this! I'm the one who's scared! Look at this knife blade! The tip is broken off! And this dark red stain. Blood? Can we look at it? No? Okay. Switchblade knife. Found at the crime scene, wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Small tag attached. Interesting. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. Yeah, chief of police. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutor and the police. And this knife. Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really. It's about to become one, I feel. Department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how. How? Here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman, the victim. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk about it. Much about it. I wish I can read properly about it. There was a murder at the police department. A detective? A second one? That's hush-hush information, G. We haven't exactly announced it yet.
Objection!
Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order, order, order! Anyway, we're at the department where all afluster, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. And don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department situation. I don't. Well, Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places.
The chances of that are really slim, especially speaking, scientifically speaking, of course.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Are you going to dock me points if I don't? Do I want to save? I feel like I might want to save. I feel like this is gonna be a bit slimy. Just in case. Because I want to press everything, as always. This knife is special, but I can't say how. Here. Please do, though. Excuse me, special? Try to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? I don't think so, Phoenix. Sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now. Not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? It's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. This knife was found on the scene of the crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you think? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto.
Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Righto?
Can you please stop calling me that? Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. Are they? I should try presenting the piece of evidence that had me stumped all this time. So, how were things down at the department? Hold up. I do wanna examine it though, and anything else that we were given? We're not given a muffler, apparently. Check? Anything else? This tag that we talked about? I think I saw a little blink. That is so uncomfortable. SL9 2.
There's a small tag on the knife.
It says SL9 2.
What's that supposed to mean?
A different case? I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6? DL6? Maybe it's a case number?
That's weird.
What?
I don't remember where. But I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on that tag. It wasn't that long ago either.
Maybe I should check the court record again. Maybe I should. Can we do it now? We gotta go back. Numbers. Could it have been somewhere? No, that's not it. Surely not on this? On the bottom? There's a bunch of things.
Hey, check it out! There's a metal plate here.
Looks like names of all the previous recipients. Karma. That's probably it. Amazing prosecutor. Not really. And not really anything that is useful to us. That's 6, 7, S, 12, 2. Is this? Is this? SL9, 2. No, that's not it, huh? Let's check the case. So diff. Nope. Nothing in here. Surely not the stump. Some numbers are same here. 0221, 122. Look at this again. Nothing to discuss, nothing to look up at. The thing is upside down. Which thing? What are we talking about? I don't think knife had anything interesting on it other than blood. Something about the phone? Probably not. I don't remember there being any markings on it. Nope. Nothing here. The note? Is it? SL9? I guess it is, huh? Do we have to push the note, then? Somewhere. I don't know where yet. But he suggested here somewhere, so let's see. So, how are things down at the department? That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a look in your eyes there, righto, my boy. Sharp. Hungry. So, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You're busy, what with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened to the police at the police department that day? And to it, I guess. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Aji? I'm at a loss of words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested. That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, righto? I suppose I could help. If you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting attacked by a mosquito. Very timely. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing, and one thing only. Well, if you put it that way... I'm going to save. Where the victim was found, how the victim was killed, when the victim died. Well, we sorta kinda know when the victim died, allegedly. How the victim was killed, where the victim was found. in the office, I want to say. Do we want to hear how? What do you guys think? I need a drink in the meantime. How, I think, with a knife, so not that. Water spoon. Well, did they confirm that it was that knife, the broken one? Because it was found at the scene of the crime, as the crime has just been committed, and both crimes were committed at the same time. Yeah, I know we have two knives, but we don't know if that knife was... I don't think so. Like, it's connected to something else. Did they say with a knife? I don't think he said with a knife. It just said that there was a murder. Because the other knife had old blood on it. And it had a case number attached to it. That is also on a different note. I assume by evidence. Well, the thing is, we don't really have any evidence from there. Let's see, how? Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? No, that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing with a knife. Is there a third knife? Knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit. We're cooking now. But, you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the case of death. The cause of death. Man, I really need to... Okay. It seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? 5:15? But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? Yes, indeed. Coincidence? I think not. This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. Chief Grant, please tell us more about the incident. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk about it much. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, righto. You understand? Try to understand, righto. Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together. Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. Two detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office, one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife! What was it doing there? I'd better check this knife out. Didn't I already? Did I need to again? This knife is special, but I can say how here. Okay, where were we told to? Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. Here, I would assume. Do I want to save again? On a different slot. In case they'll be like, yes, but no. You're using this evidence on the wrong statement. This knife was found on the scene of the crime. And that is connected to the case. Yeah, we'll be present here. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that had me stumped all this time. Okay, so we go back a click and present the note. Correct? Mr. Grant?
Objection!
Wait a second. Ah, at last. An honest-to-goodness objection. Oh, he's a fan too. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Ah, an honest-to-goodness what do you mean from Aji. This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? Are there ads? Should we wait a second? Okay. Everybody who's not in ads. Hydration check, posture check, food check, mess check, all of that stuff, do it. Even if you return from the ads, also do it. Back? Okay, good. What's this? 6 minus S7, 12, 2. Your Honor, we're not doing calculus. It's upside down. Upside? The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. So knife. That's the same thing that is written on the knife tag. Order. Order! Well, Chief? Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto. I win? Ah. What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
Hold it!
So this knife was stolen. Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say? Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. There's layers on top of layers here. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. I just think there isn't a connection there. Good read me. Good job. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Did we not get anything out of this? We didn't progress in any way?
Hold it!
Have we pressed this already? I'm pretty sure we did. You got a good look in your eye there, right, old boy? Sharp, hungry, yeah. Oh, why didn't you ask? There was a murder most foul. Hello, Kameda. Welcome to the stream. How are you holding up? How's your week so far? Good to see you here. We're just playing some Ace Attorney for the very first time. Well, it's my first playthrough at the very least. Good, good. Are you familiar with the series? Ever played this before? Detective was killed at the police department. See what a mess. I'm pretty sure we pressed on this already, haven't we? Hello, Predator! Welcome to the stream. How are you holding up? Good to see you here as well. What's up? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's office, another detective was killed at the police department? Yes. I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Yep. There was a suspect. Arrested him already. Yep. Can we actually ask for more information now? Interesting. I can give hints if needed. Well, so far, no spoilies, please, and hints only if explicitly asked for. Please and thank you. But yes, much appreciated. Where the victim was found. So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second. I have heard of that. The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. That was Phoenix, actually. Sorry, I really... Focus up. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Okay, so that's the correct one to ask, apparently. It's not officially linked to this case, so I can't talk much about it.
Hold it!
Anything else new? Chief, the defense position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in the very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. Yes? You two make a good pair. It took my man 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay?
Hold it!
If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Will you give us all of these? Or do I have to choose once again? Which we went back on and we got more information out of it regardless of him saying just one thing. The victim's division. Let's go for it. How are you? I am a little tired, didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, but here's hope. I can focus up and actually read the lines correctly. How are you? Predator P1? Good to see you once again. Okay, well, what division was the victim stationed in? Oh, you want to know that, do you? Do you? Criminal Affairs Division 1. The detectives responsible for homicide cases. Homicide? That would be the same division as Detective Gumshoe. Detective Goodman, who was killed in the underground parking lot, was homicide too. It's almost like a serial killer was after homicide detectives. Except the serial killer killing happened simultaneously, scientifically speaking. Well, I sure hope Detective Gumshoe isn't next on the list. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15 on the prosecutor, one at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife! What was it doing there? I'd better check this knife out. Again? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
Hold it!
So this knife was stolen. Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Have we went through this already? Yes, nice, nice. The case is solved long ago. We got that. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. Okay, we're talking in circles once again. Can we ask more? It's a bad day. No shape, in no shape to investigate. A detective was killed in the police department. He was a mess. Time of the crime, scary coincidence. Cooperate with the victim. Was it from here that we got more stuff? Let's see again. You're going to tell us can you tell us a bit more? Well, since we have an option, let's ask about everything. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is... Drum roll, please. 5842189. Hold on a ding-dang second. I gotta check something. Yep. That's the same exact number as on the card that we found in the wallet. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 8, 2, I can't do it. You don't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim at the police department, 5842189. This tells me something, actually. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. No, I know. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Phoenix, focus. Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? It tells me it's the same fucking number as on Goodman's ID, I believe.
Take that!
Take that! Witness! What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just... I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. What? The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney. Remember, here's my badge. Wanna look at it? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Oh, shame on you, Righto. Personnel IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And this means what exactly? Judge, please, lock in. Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier, that started with 82... I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right, again! The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189.
Objection!
Wait a second, right? What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh! Sharp as a tack, Righto. Sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet a Detective Bruce Goodman was also at the police department, in the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is the same person was killed at the same time? And in a completely different location? Wow. Order! 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 Chief, what does this mean? No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said, wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight. The grave error. Mr. Edgeworth. They're yours. What? How dare... We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Mickens who brought you the news. Oh, that guy. Officer Mickens?
Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, aha!
It's that dopey guy. Yep, there he is.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir. At the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
You don't mean him? According to Mickens, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me, he said that the report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Gah! Why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem...
Emma, please. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted the report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I... Yes? Would you like to share something with the class? No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. Damn! What? No! What was the second rule of evidence law?
Well, Mr. Wright?
Huh? Oh, well, it's,
Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was proven by Righto over there. Good job, Righto, my boy. I was just doing my job. No. No! Are you playing the whole trilogy? Yes, we are planning to, but not all at once. So once we're done with this one, we're going to take a break, play something else, and then return at a later date to the next one on the list. Joe's the judge for the name of the game. Yeah, pretty much. 2 days to retirement. Yep, or Mickens. Seems we have come to the end of this trial. Have we now? I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth! Please, just give me 1 day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir.
Or Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well, court is adjourned. To be continued. Well, that was a short one. Only an hour. For a change. Not two. Okay, interesting. So first we did the court hearing and now we're gonna go investigate some more? I'm down for that. Let's see what else we can snoop out. February 23rd, 2:15, Wright & Co. Law Offices.
Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused.
Huh? Well, let's see. What's going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department evidence room. Somehow.
What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car.
Yes, we've already established that last time.
Well,
that's what we're going to find out, or at least try to.
Alright, let's do it!
Well, she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this.
Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go! Science awaits us!
It sure does. February 23rd. Prosecutor's office, underground parking lot.
You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares?
Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie.
Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it.
That oil drum, was it empty?
The old drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister, erasing evidence at the crime scene. Never!
Even though she says they don't get along. Emma really likes her sister.
That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her.
Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away.
You know the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright.
Huh? What's that grin for?
This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid.
Luminol?
Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there.
But wouldn't the police have already done those tests?
Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try.
But me? Why do I have to do it?
I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet.
We're testing bloodstains with the stuff, not drinking it.
Here, look. I'll lend you these glasses.
Huh? You had an extra pair of those things. Well, apparently they're red-tinted, yes. To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it.
Like this, see? Press enter to spray it on. Okay, let's find use for those. Let's find us some bloodstains.
God, brain, please, I really need you to. Do I drag it or do I just click? I guess I just click. Here's some. Terminator vision activated. Yep. From bloods. I can't see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a blood stain? It's so... Emma, you're shaking.
It's just... This is my first time seeing real blood.
Scientific investigation in action.
Okay, well, we definitely know that this is bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course.
What's odd about this? Scientifically? The bloodstain's location? The amount of blood? Well, there was blood on the shoe. So they stepped on it, allegedly. Could they have? Is the location okay? The amount? Ah! The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'll be a little more blood?
I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe.
It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this.
Hey, Mr. Wright.
Yes?
I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find the bloodstain, okay? See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right?
Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too.
I saved out my allowance to buy that.
Solution used for scientific investigation. Finds blood traces. Spray to use.
We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case.
Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of the day.
Yeah, it feels like we're really investigating the crime now, doesn't it?
Guess I should give this a spray, Yes, I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Huh? Oh, it's you. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box.
Miss Starr!
You only trust your own eyes. How bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Thank you. Yeah, about the achievement that I'm trying to hunt down. Yeah, in the first chapter and the court hearing, we've missed some. Some of them are quite specific to get and a little bit tricky, and some of them require like a fail outcome. So yeah, I believe to find all of these you gotta like know where they are, load and reload, etc, etc. So although we're going to see more of them today, we already kind of failed to collect the whole first batch. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. Can you move? Everything is once again unticked, but do we get anything new out of it?
This is where the car leaves the lot.
The area on the ground makes it look more like a house.
What are you talking about? It's an exit.
A dual purpose? Clear relativity? Was Mr. Relativity German? I guess we'll never know.
So that's where Miss Starr saw the incident from.
She's standing right here. You can probably see quite a lot from up there. That probably means she wasn't lying when she said she saw Miss Sky stab him. I love the combination of music and this image, by the way. Where's the security guard anyway?
Well, this is just something I heard. But apparently, he went out to buy coffee for Miss Starr.
That woman is a force to be reckoned with. Again, right in front of you.
Look, a door. This must mean something.
I'm not sure the doors mean anything.
No, it won't open. A mysterious lock.
I failed to see what's mysterious about it.
That's right. You need to learn to enjoy life more.
Yep. Well, she did fail to open this one, so she went all the bloody way around. It took her like 5 minutes.
Aha! A ladder.
That's a step ladder.
What's the difference? In scientific terms, please.
Scientific, huh?
Look at the basic nature of the thing, Mr. Wright.
This is also so horribly familiar, somehow. The phone that was broken. Probably still is.
Here, a phone. Let's see if it works.
Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching.
I can't hear anything. My ears. No, my ears. Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure.
What is she babbling about?
Hey, what did you just say?
See, I can hear just fine. Phone's broken. The barrels? So, this is the infamous oil drum.
Well, no time like the present. I'll try to kick it over myself. Hiya!
That's okay. Don't cry. That Manaskai must be one strong woman. Yeah, Mogara boo boo. Anything else? Do we go spraying now? I wonder.
A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors.
Defense attorneys are relegated to Block B. Yep. Wishes she could block. Park here one day. This row.
This is rope, isn't it?
Yep. They laid it in the outline of the victim's body.
So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him.
You have got to be the only person I know that would come to this conclusion. Anything else on the trunk, perhaps?
That's where we found the note. 221 SL9.
The SL9 incident.
A case that was due for transferal the day of the murder.
And the detective in charge of the case was the victim.
I wonder what kind of case this SL9 incident thing was.
It's kind of hard to guess just knowing the case number. Well, I'm getting some new intel.
That's about as red as a sports car can get.
Yep, it's pretty red, alright. The body was found in Edgeworth's car trunk. And the lock on the trunk was broken too. So the question is, why did Miss Sky choose his car?
So, what model car is it?
I think it was called a sedan or coupe, something like that.
Those are car types, Mr. Wright, not models. You're a guy, aren't you, Mr. Wright? You're supposed to know these things.
Maybe it is about time I got my driver's license. Well, I mean, he's still riding a bike to work, which is actually not a problem. Not a problem at all, I think. B block is through here. That's where visitors park.
So, Miss Star climbed over this fence?
It seems so, yeah. That fence is 9 feet high at least.
Well, a time like the present, I think I'll give it a little try.
It's okay. Don't cry again. Maybe there's a Lunchland Olympics team. Good question. I think we looked at everything. But yeah, every single guy in the chat, can you tell which model it is? You're obligated to know, you know. Here, I'll leave it here so you can ponder some more. Right. Talk. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. It's a Model Edge? Makes sure. Makes sense. Probably Japanese one? I don't know, you tell me! What do you mean, probably? You're a guy, you should know for sure.
Oh, we know.
I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry.
Sorry, you lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable.
Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what?
So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr?
Yes, it was a long time ago. Oh, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up.
Coughed it up?
They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too.
I can be your angel or your demon. I wouldn't doubt it.
Every day I drag the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long, they called me the cough-up queen.
Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches.
And you were let go? Fired? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case, the SL9 incident.
SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... I need to know more. Where do we even begin to start showing your shit? The knife! The paper? The paper, the knife? Both? Both. Both is good. What do you think about this?
The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife.
I show you the thing, the other thing, the paper, the note,
and on that note, Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know.
Really?
That knife was evidence from the case, the murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected.
SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Please. And thank you. Please and thank you? No? Hello? What if I show you the knife next? What do you think about this? Written on the knife and on the note, Goodman. Evidence in the case, the weapon. Do you think you could tell us more? Huh? Yes? No? Maybe? Wanna have a second look at this?
That looks like a petrified piece of
provolone. Whatever that is. Huh? It's not! It's my attorney's badge!
I think a petrified piece of provolone would fetch more on the open market.
Look, my badge isn't up for sale. Not yet, at least. Maybe this?
I had one of those up until 2 years ago.
Back when you were the cough-up queen, right? We found this ID here in the parking lot.
Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's.
But it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department.
That's impossible.
I wish I could be so sure. What's the red thing she has on her neck? I have no idea.
a fashion statement, one would presume. What's wrong with your report? Maybe? Could you take a look at this? Ooh. Yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No, but thanks. She didn't want to look at it.
You must have to brew the leaves a long time.
Yep. Skip. We're wasting time. Now, would she talk to me? Also about the shoe. No. Okay. Would you like a solution? No? Okay. Fine. By me. I'm pretty sure she's seen everything else. Maybe the picture? If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime. I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes.
In other words, 5 minutes after the crime?
Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were.
The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Star. You lying was the problem.
Listen, little girl, I've had my testimony disregarded before. And I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? You wanna talk more about things? There we go, SL9. Let's go. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable.
Disposable? To who?
2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. Look at them all! The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence.
So they didn't solve it.
On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sort. Made up evidence.
What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence?
The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job.
And you were one of those.
Myself and other person, you know well. Wait, could it be... Exactly, Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. Okay, tell me more about him. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then, it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us.
Wait! Those lunches you sell?
There is only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Just what all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence.
There has to be a connection.
So, Rookie, What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. Looks good. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Received from Miss Starr. Excellent for putting Officer Marshall in a good mood.
Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, is he your, are you his... are you going out?
Why do you want to know?
I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then.
This should be when Officer Marshall was a detective.
But now he's so cold.
Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that.
I see. Thank you.
Officer Jake Marshall. Are you two holding hands?
Woo?
Okay, I guess we move. Let's go to the office for a sec. What to do? Well, where should we begin?
Oh, well, isn't it obvious? We should begin with that, you know. That thing.
The mystery of the victim, I guess. How could one man, Detective Goodman, be killed in two places simultaneously?
Oh, well, you see?
We should go to the police department, the evidence room, was it?
I'm not being very useful here, am I?
No, you're being very helpful. We're going to spray the place all over, aren't we?
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. Sure was.
There was this business with him not reading that officer's report.
Ah, about the killing at the police department, right. The chief of police was right about that, but I can't help but think. Someone at the police department doesn't like Edgeworth. Sure seems like it. Anyways, how's the sky and the hotel today? Looks like it's cleaning day, still. I hear they're planning a second branch. God, the bellboy staring right at me every time.
He looks wimpy, but you can tell there's a sharp eye under that facade. That bellboy is going to be someone someday.
Wish someone would say that about me. True. Hey, Emma, wanna try watering the plant? How's Charlie? I've been taking care of him in Maya's absence. Huh? He looks a little yellow today.
Oh, I watered him just now. I mixed in a lot too.
Mixed in what?
Oh, why my very own scientific additive. Well, Charlie, you like it?
I told you he's turning yellow. Maybe not so much. There's a poster of Steel Samurai on the wall. Maya stuck it up here on the day that she left. I didn't have the heart to take it down. I do sometimes get strange look from the clients, though. Why? They just don't have taste, you know? Difficult-looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mock me.
Oh, I tried studying one of those just now. Remember what they were talking about in the trial today?
Oh, right. Evidence law. So, did you learn anything?
Well, when I tried reading, it made my head hurt.
Let me guess. And then you dropped it, and then your foot hurt. Oh.
Then when I closed it, it slipped out of my hand and fell on my foot.
Oddly enough, I find myself identifying with her on this one. Yep. Mia's desk. I sit here even less now that I've stopped taking cases.
Uh-oh. I have a history test coming up next week. I'd better study. I'm borrowing this desk, okay? Let's see. George Washington was the first king of America.
Sorry, Mia. I'm not going to help you either. Okay, do we show her anything? Would she like to talk about this delectable steak lunch? Here, see this? Nope. Do you see this?
This stuff is pretty expensive.
You don't say. How much does it cost?
I'd say about 10 bucks per gram. I save up my allowance to buy it.
How many grams are on that? Your allowance? Does your sister give you that?
Yes, we don't have parents.
Right.
Sometimes she gives me a bottle instead of my allowance.
A bottle of luminal testing fluid? Man, I just take the allowance myself. Knife? Why would this have been in the car's exhaust pipe?
It's evidence from an old case, right?
Right, the SL9 incident. It was already solved, apparently. This knife was stolen on the day of the evidence transfer. Maybe I should look into this SL9 incident. Something's telling me she's probably not gonna talk about much else.
That number was the clincher, wasn't it?
5842189. It's in the record.
The ID number of the detective killed at the police department that day at 5:50. But we found this card in the parking lot at the prosecutor's office.
Something to think about later when I'm not so busy.
Don't leave me here to do all the thinking alone.
Too late, already did. See this? It's my attorney's badge.
Ah, well, and I've seen a real one before.
Yep. Composition. Analyze it scientifically. About 50 bucks. Yep, heard it before. Maybe the note? No, nothing about the note. Okay, I don't think there's anything else that we haven't talked about, so let's get moving. Unless more talking points are there? Nope. Okay. Detention center? Anyone there? February 23rd, detention center. Visitor's room. Looks like Miss Sky is in questioning.
I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine?
How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gant say they'd arrest a suspect in the police department murder?
Let's come back later.
How indeed? We just came from the underground parking lot? Guess we're going to criminal affairs. Ad should be running soon. So do let me know if they do start, so we can take a little break. February 23rd, police station, criminal affairs department. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here.
Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department.
Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot.
Oh, it makes my head hurt.
Well, first things first, let's go check out the police department crime scene.
Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess it up, or we could wind up dead.
I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. Well, first things first, and the very important ones too. How's our pal doing here? That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. I know. The killer used dry ice. If you put it in between the latch and the door, the room could be sealed shut. This is good. I'll win a writer's award for sure. He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel. A fanfic, I hope. This must be the chief of detectives. He's glued to the computer screen. What? Detective killed in the evidence room? Tell no one outside the police department. No, I told that old lady at the restaurant everything. Someone's getting a demotion. How's the calendar? A poster of a female police officer. Nope, still babes. Still in the uniforms. So this is the police mascot, is it? Blue Badger, the future star of the police force. Isn't he already? Haven't you seen Gumshoe's cutout? It runs on batteries.
The design's a little changed from the one outside.
Ah, well, the dancing Blue Badger TM is still under development, you see?
You have it trademarked?
Absolutely. It's cutting-edge stuff. Very now. I showed this doll here to my daughter, and she burst into tears. Don't show her the moving mock-up outside, then. You'll give her nightmares. It's probably playing Doom. I mean, I don't see why not. These are the detectives' desks. There are computers and files on each one. Funny, they're a lot tighter than I expected. Yep. All doing the field work and what have you. I think that's about it. Well then. Now or never. Let's move to the entrance. February 23rd, Police Department entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday.
The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring.
I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all.
So, the evidence room. The scene of the crime.
I don't think we're in it.
According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk, here it is.
She's like a kid at an amusement park.
Oh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look.
Why the music gone again? The usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. Yep, they don't really look human. Let's see if there's anything new. Because once again, everything is unticked.
I always get excited when I come to the police station.
What's that?
It just feels like I'm jumped into a movie.
Yep, with all the police and criminals. Exciting. Yep. Our beautiful little guy. The Blue Badger is still writhing around today. There he is. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he is dancing. Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing around like crazy since yesterday.
Can I take out his batteries? I just can't help but feel he's going to do something naughty.
I think taking out the batteries qualifies as doing something naughty, if you ask me. Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. You idiot! What are you thinking? Where's your head? Sir, it's right here, sir.
I guess he wasn't saluting. He was showing the detective where his head was.
They make a good pair. Okay. They are painted because they look like pandas, obviously. Nothing else? This?
The banner here is announcing the crime-fighting campaign.
Nice slogan.
I wonder if they'll be selling fingerprint sets.
Yep, fun for the entire family. The door? The detectives in there look pretty busy.
Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action.
Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Okay. Can we go to the other place from here then? Can go to a guard station. It's a new place. Time to excite somebody with a steak. But also, everybody, do a hydration check for me. Med check, food check, everything of this sort of kind of stuff. And I actually need to take a meds check myself. Surprise, surprise. So do give me a moment. If you've already done all of these things stated above. How was your guys' week so far? All good? I hope so. And all done. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric.
According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room.
So beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime.
It sure seems that way. Oh. Oh.
What's wrong?
It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight.
If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of this desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard?
I have a feeling I know who he is already.
Yeah, I wonder. Yes, but different going back to Project Halted 3 months ago, but good. Oh, well, hope it goes well. Going on, forward. Examine. In this deathly silence. Almost expecting to see a tumbleweed rolling around. It's so dead quiet. This.
There's a security guard uniform hanging here.
It looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly.
A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? A punchy? Paunchy? Pinchy? I know, a poochie! Wait, maybe that wasn't it.
It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. The infamous cacti.
Yipes, this sure are prickly. They must be the real deal.
I would think just one big one would be sufficient.
These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually.
How so?
Encased in a cold, rigid shell, with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her.
I'm not sure I see the resemblance.
It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity.
Well, what about scientifically speaking?
This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon.
But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way.
Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch!
I'd say it'd be more of a yar myself. Okay. Take your word for it. What's with this lasso anyway?
Look, on the floor, a lasso!
Looks like it's set up to trap something. Or someone.
A trap here? Wait, I know! Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed!
You sure have an active imagination. The booze? Not going to address that? Texas? It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here.
There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says, recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of there.
Well, can we? No one's here. Pretty sure we're safe as long as we don't step into the lasso. The evidence room is beyond that door.
Let's just walk in. It won't open.
You thought it'd be open? I think we'd need someone's permission to go in there first. What about the card that we have? Well, I'm pretty sure we've investigated everything we could in here. Ahem. Does anybody in here want this succulent, delicious steak? Right here. Steak lunch, even. No? Okay. I guess we're going. Wait, hold on. Can we queue anywhere? Nope. This is a static one. Entrance? Guess we're going out. February 23rd, police department entrance. This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Please!
Huh? Wasn't that...
One steak lunch, please! Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland.
Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale.
Don't cry. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's not the time for despair. We've caught our criminal. Now we just need evidence. Criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? On the same date that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? And the perpetrator. Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect, just arrested him, in fact. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch. Pronto. Standing around like here talking isn't going to fill my belly.
Oh, wait. Don't leave.
If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. He
ran off to the evidence room.
Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Yeah, sure is. Car station? I thought he went to the evidence room. Evidently not. Well, in that case, to the criminal affairs? No. Rank all law offices? Unless he went the other way. Hold on. Let's go to the detention center. February 23rd, detention center, visitor's room.
Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they?
Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. Okay.
Oh, what was that?
Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me. A perpetrator? I'd say I wasn't the perpetrator against, sir. That's what I'd say. Oh, it's Meekins.
Oh, hi. Greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises?
Yep.
Officer Meekins, you sure? So, you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir. I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir. How should I say this?
Wait, he isn't... Is he? You... Officer Mickens, you didn't... Did you?
Perpetrator Officer Mickens reporting, sir.
What?
What?
Now this is an unexpected turn of events. Was that about 2 days to retirement? Day of the crime. Ow, please stop doing that.
Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir. Sir!
Ow, I can't hear you fine, Officer Mickens.
I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So, normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir.
Makes sense.
Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall.
Marshall?
Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person!
Yeah, wow. What the heck is this guy doing?
So, what happened to them? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out.
Which one is it then?
And when I came to, I was here, in the detention center.
How long were you out? Days?
Might I ask, what happened to your hand?
Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on the hand, just like Miss Sky.
Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office.
First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. I guess let's go to that one since we're on the topic. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime?
Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But but there was nothing I could do.
Nothing you could do?
Sir, to tell you the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious.
The next thing you knew, you were... Huh?
Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared.
What?
Then, when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt?
The victim's body disappeared.
That's some story.
Now about the victim. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right?
Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as perpetrator or victim, or sir, then label me victim.
I would, but you happen to be in detention and alive and well at that.
Ah, yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that.
Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman?
Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side.
So you didn't know him?
Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives.
That's also very depressing.
So, if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir.
At least someone around here is more confused than I am. Very true. Damn it. Can I not show it to him, please? Officer Makins, have a look at this.
Go ahead, sir. Laugh. Laugh at me, sir. I know what you want to say. You're going to tell me how she has one just like it. Me? Why would I? I know, sir. I know. I'm the only one without a girl with matching badges. Nowhere. I'm alone. I'm all alone. Is that so wrong? Life isn't all about high school sweethearts and youthful romance, sir.
Is he talking about those badges on her coat? I'd like to think there's a difference between my badge and a fashion accessory. Like he said, very confused.
Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! That's it! Can you please stop blowing that thing? What's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. But sir, now I remember. I remember, sir.
You mean you remember what happened?
Correct! That card was the cause of all of it. This ID card. Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing.
I'd better pry into this one a little deeper. Anything else you want to talk about? Officer Mickens, could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir. Real sorry, but I have no idea what this is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir? He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Anything? Eek! I'm scared of knives, sir! It's okay. I just wanted to... That's it, sir! Last night, sir! That's the one! I was an apple, sir! In my dream, sir! And I was being peeled! On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. Well, we did ponder on whether Edgeworth was an apple peeling guy or not. Could you take a look at this? I'm sorry. I'm just gonna get through these real quick if he's going to say anything. Surely he has an opinion on Blue Badger. Disappointing. The case file? Nope, nothing. Still passing the buck. Nothing in regards to SL9. Obviously. Probably not gonna say anything about the phone. Or the plans. What about the shoe? That shoe doesn't look familiar. It's from the victim that was killed twice, though. Is it a good idea to show him this? Officer Meekins, this is for you! Eek! I'm scared of mice, sir! Yep. As expected. I'm going to tease him with a steak. Nope, nothing. Okay. Well done. We apparently can examine it, by the way, which we haven't done yet. Wow, my mouth is watering. I can almost hear the sound of steak frying on the grill. No doubt it's all cold and tough by now. The butter didn't even melt all the way. No, I'm sure it's delicious. Miss Starr poured her heart into making this. So long as she didn't put any other organs in there. What's this? Let's see. Ingredients. Meat. She must mean beef. She probably just wrote it generically. Yeah, let's hope so. Of course, as a scientist, I have to check what additives she used. Go to town. What? It says here, hours of sweat and labor. So that's why the sauce is so salty. You're saying she cried into it? Also, just meat? I'm pretty sure this contains more than just meat. Ahem, scientifically speaking. Crime details? Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a lost little patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show his ID card. Well, that sounded pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's why I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly, he pointed a knife at me! What? Sir, I assure you, I was as flustered as you are right now. So, I whooped and leaped at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him. Do unto others before they do to you. My own father's words, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I woke, I was here. Report the reason for arrest? So, Officer Mickens, why was it that that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma?
let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Mickens didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim, whom he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card.
In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim.
And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir! That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here. They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time, Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said.
But you don't remember the events clearly.
No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime! My crime! The crime I swore to stamp out! It's there! It's me! It's on tape! And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it.
No thanks, I have my own. Well, guess we'd better go check out the crime scene. See, he does have a badge! What was the problem earlier? Move to the department? I think. February 23rd, police station, criminal affairs department.
Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the chief detective's desk.
It's Police Chief Gant. Oh, goody. And you're sure this is all? You know what it means if there is anything missing.
Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect.
We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coats, coat pockets, under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal?
Yes, sir. We'll scare the place again, sir.
The chief of detectives looks a little flustered. Righto, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir.
Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright?
Well, the music is definitely something. Edgeworth? Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, Worthy. Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him.
Sounds like an inquisition.
Looks like he's ahead of it, too. Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year. You mean the incident on the Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right? Righto? Von Karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40 years career. But in court, you fixed it, so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of a turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy.
What?
The incident? It's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf, too, I mean. They're being the prosecutors, I assume?
Scientifically speaking, it's impossible.
Yes, but that's what the evidences say. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, Righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. So I'll try for them. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of the detectives' trap shut.
He was the one you were picking on earlier.
Huh? You saw that? Whoops. I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do.
Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him.
Kind of discreetly, you say? Well, naturally, here's an opener. I was wondering, could you take a look at this? Ah, sorry, Righto. I'm through with that stuff. Through, I say. Go find that guy who can't seem to sit still there. The busy one.
Guy who can't sit still? Does he mean Detective Gumshoe?
Either him or the dancing badger. Both, probably. This? No? No, of course not. The badger? Since you like to talk about him so much. Any of this? Any of this strike your fancy? Oops. Overclicked a bit. Well, surely a knife. Nope, still nothing. Yawn! This knife? I feel like we're not going to get anything out of him. What about the snake? I'm raising them. No. I guess we just go. No asking discreetly as of yet, I don't believe. No? I guess we gotta keep trying? Guard station? Anyone came back? No? Oh, okay. Where else can we move? Surely not the underground parking lot. Oh, she's still here. Nothing new to talk about, naturally. This guy's still here? I guess we gotta keep pushing with that guy. Nothing else to talk to you about. Outside police department, I guess. What else can I possibly show you? Unless... You! Spill the beans!
Oh, sorry you had to see that. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do?
Oh, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can.
So nothing belongs to Detective Goodman is still here.
Of course not. Well, except for this.
What? You kept something?
Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. Is it another fanfic? It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete.
Lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something?
Is it the knife? The date on it is February 21st. Better take a note of that just in case. Yes, that date again. Half-written document dated 2/21. Again. Can only be submitted to Chief of Police. I should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene. You think? Anyways, this guy. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. I know. The killer used a cassette tape. What a crafty trick. That gunshot was a fake. This is good. No one will expect the cassette tape in this day and age. He's not writing a report, he's writing a novel still, or again. So... Hold on, I gotta check it. Did loss 221. Name Bruce Goodman. ID 5. Lost item. Status report. Surely it's the knife. Present. I was wondering, could you take a look at this? Ah, sorry, Rido. Well, fuck you too. I'm going. Bye. Ugh. What a character. Power station? Still no. Oof. What else can we go? To Detention Center? Present? This? Could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir! Ah! Can't go to Edgeworth's office anymore, did you notice? Reset. This. Here, see this? Nope. Still nothing. Don't think we can talk about anything else? No. Nothing else to show. Dang it. How about you? Did you take a look at this? No? I mean, I can take some more tea, if you don't mind. My prosecutor's office? Hello? There we go, now we can go to Edgeworth's place. February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office. Room 1202. Well, this place is classy today as it was yesterday. And I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. Dang it! Still going to examine. How are those flowers from Wendy holding up? My, what an amazing bouquet. No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Yep. Wendy. Steel Samurai. Yep. Also Wendy. Yep. Just in case you forgot what she looks like. Has the situation changed on the board, I wonder? Hey, chessboard! I'm not too up on my chess. The right knights have surrounded the blue pawn. Huh? Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords are really sharp and edgy. Yep. Nothing has changed. But once again, everything is unticked. Which I find very annoying. Yep. Leaves and bags. Work desk. Very shiny. Detective Gunshoe. This. Oh, this jacket is even lacier than usual ones. No, want to put a price tag on it. She's not even taking a picture. She's very excited about it. How's it looking? What of you? It must be nice to have an office on the 12th floor. Yep. Calculate the impact time. Handy to know. Yep. 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 I think it's just a sofa that we haven't re-examined. Yes, dreaming about dreaming Edgeworth. Move. Here I thought we had something. Well, we got the, you know, the card showing up there. Now, are you absolutely 100% sure you don't want to talk about this? Guess not. Okay then. We showed him pretty much everything, didn't we? Things of import at the very least. He's just being kind of annoying. Where haven't we been yet? Well, we're missing something important. A move of sorts that will help us progress. Whatever that move is. Can I talk to him about anything else? No, permission to enter, there we go. Whoopsie! Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Raito asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. There he goes again. With his soulful eyes. No, Raito. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate after all. Raito, please, do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate our room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It just goes to show you never know until you ask. And for you here, you can borrow this. Huh? Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir. It's an honor. You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. It looks pretty cool on my label, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir, because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is a bad influence on this girl. Well, first of all, I kinda wanna look at it first. Where's... What? It's not in our inventory, turns out. Okay, let's go to guard station. Move. How do I get into the evidence room? Hello? I would assume it was from guard station. Right? Still can't look at the video. Huh? Door? Examine the door? The evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Uh-huh. The card reader is turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, what's made my Bambina's sky so gray? Hello, again. Officer Marshall, why does it have to be him? Because I'm pretty sure all the evidence suggests that he works here. What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw! That card you got there on your chest. Nah, it's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw! Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's awaiting. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with your hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. Would this delicious cold steak convince you otherwise? That smell. Reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Ah, so he's an otaku then.
Yeah, Miss Star.
Oh, what's this?
What? What's wrong?
It's cold! A filet steak lunch. I see.
I don't see. I wonder what it means.
Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. Alright, Bambina, you won. Ask. I don't think you. Finally, it seems like.
He's willing to talk.
Oh, can he chew first, please? I had to. I don't think this is new, is it? Is it new? I am lost. I need evidence. Talk. Guard station.
Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right?
You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Mickings at the detention center told us. Ah, that poor little doggy. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know?
So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place?
Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy.
Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy.
There's no need for people here, anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. I mean the security camera system. I don't take to machines much. Kind of like that stewed broccoli they sneak into your steak, you know? Like the steak we just given you? Marshall?
Miss Star told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago.
It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire.
You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Star, aren't you?
That was my case. It's all sold on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it.
What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened.
There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, the case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago. The day of our case. That's right. The evidence transferals. Edward was talking about the transferals too. Transferal? Talk about the system later? Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can re-investigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So, what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in an underground vault at the Country Sheriff's Department. And that's what we call transferal. We do it every February. February, you say?
I see now.
Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be re-investigated. That happened to SL9 2 days ago. System. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do.
Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen.
Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower. are but my mistakes. The easiest one to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Mickens mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Mickens and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? Oh, one more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. That's the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. Can I look at it, please? I already see the familiar one. Second to last. So this is the ID card record. And there are 2 same time entries. I do wonder.
Hey, I've seen that somewhere before.
Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet.
Mr. Wright, I saw a number in that record just now. I've seen that number before.
Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbings. Yeah, do I have it now? I do not. But also, what if I show him this?
See this? This is the victim's ID card.
The one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 5842189.
Officer Marshall, show us that ID record again.
Yep, checks out.
Look, the 4th number. It's a perfect match.
It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world.
So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room.
Unless somebody took his card? But wait, what did Officer Mickens say?
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card.
Is that the second one? The last one? So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do?
That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me!
If he had his ID card, then why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Mickens? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. Thank you. IDs of all who entered the evidence room on 2/21. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Okay, so we can surmise who are the rest of these numbers? Who these numbers belong to? 420, Bruce Goodman. So I guess we are looking for the list of people, aren't we? This might take a while, huh? Show this again to you? The sheriff's back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence. Yep, he's talking about evidence again. Yep. Maybe this? Nope. Still nothing. Just trying to show him stuff related to the evidence room, you know. Maybe this knife. Oh, still a blank. Okay, I guess we're going, huh? Guess we're good. Don't think we can talk about anything else? Nope. Let's move to evidence room, perhaps. There it is. February 23rd, evidence room, sector 3. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here.
So, this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard.
Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue.
Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me.
Oh, hello. Whoa!
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So, Is this true, what I heard? Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow 50 bucks? I'd give them 50 bucks, no problem. Yep, knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So, Chief of Police Gant will loan anyone 50 bucks? Even me?
Oh, that's what you were talking about.
Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today.
Boss for a day.
Guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're the boss for the day. Gee, thanks. But first of all, you'll want to have this. Scene of the stabbing of a detective at the PD. Hold on. We've got a lot to digest here, right? Baby steps. One step at a time.
That's the door we just came in through.
Looks like you don't need an ID card to get out.
I wonder what would happen if Officer Marshall cut the power while we were inside.
Let's hope he remembers we're in here. It's okay. We got Gumshoe here. He'll get us out, right?
Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner.
That looks like a car door?
There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame.
Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away?
Hey, that's one of those human profiles from range testing.
He's been shot square in the forehead.
Better than him than us.
True. Is that? Well, here's the fishing pole. Here's the metal detector. I hope the dog is safe. Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here.
What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is.
Probably shouldn't say that in front of the owner. Ah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal, that's that metal detector. The one that led to the solving of the case on the Gourd Lake, remember? Oh, right. Oh, that feels like it was ages ago. And I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it will come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. And that cheap-looking box. You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart. Oh, we can queue. Yep, found the place. It can be sprayed, potentially. There's something sticking out of there.
Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence from some case.
I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put it there. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently.
How do you know?
If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence?
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too.
I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. If you're going to talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. Caught.
This place is stuffed with evidence, stuffed with dreams.
I'm not so sure about the dreams.
It won't open.
Did you really think it would? Hey, pal, our security is high-tech around here. Is it gonna be the same for everything? Okay, they're checkmarked now. Good. Thank goodness. I'll have to click through it all. Okay, these are all checkmarked. That one is open. More stuff to look at. I guess we should explore this first and then talk to Gumshoe about everything, maybe? What's this? Blood?
It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here.
It looks like someone tried to wipe it off.
Mr. Wright! What if there are other bloodstains left in this room?
We should use this testing fluid to check it out. Later. I'm gonna snoop around with my own eyes for now, not Terminator vision. Like the fourth wall breaking? Yeah, happens sometimes, doesn't it?
What is the saw and paint doing here?
Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression.
True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here.
And I do remember there was one piece of art. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Well, you might say this is my studio. Here, in the evidence room. I don't see why not. Maybe this is just some red paint.
Someone left a glove here, but only one.
And it also has the case number again. Detective Gumshoe, maybe. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it, yeah. Open your eyes, maybe? Tagged evidence from the SL9 incident. Extremely thin rubber glove. Okay. Can't look at the tape. Can't look at these, though.
Oh, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces.
Detective Gumshoe, perhaps. Can you leave Detective Gumshoe alone? There you go again, my pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case.
The case?
The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there? Another piece of SL9 evidence. Take a closer look, perhaps? I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke.
You want to try to put it back together?
Ha! Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up.
That's why I always carry around a tube of glue.
Well, this piece looks like a bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Oh lord. I'm trying to put some puzzles together. Did not expect that, I'll be honest with y'all. So, how? How? What? How do I drag this around? I'm confused. Combine? No? Combine? 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 Can I rotate them, okay. I think I can combine. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful piece of work. No? No. This, potentially. But also, maybe no. Hold up. Hold up, I'm arting here. Nope. I guess we gotta do this in this particular order, don't we? No. Are you sure this doesn't go here? This is the top, obviously. I wish I could rotate this thing. Can I? No. This is the angle we're working with, everyone. Take it or leave it. It's not a very good angle. I'm just gonna mash it. It's again not very good. Rotate! Well, this looks like a long piece, doesn't it? Unless it's broken in different pieces. Nope. 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 There we go. Got there in the end. Okay, you. Kinda like this. We're getting there. This is the top. Not now. Okay. I'm getting the vision now. Now? Though, not so much. I can't see Jack. This? Now? Maybe? No. Still no. This? There we go. An ad? Well, I'm not sure. I'm sure you won't miss a whole lot while I'm trying to put this thing back together. This? Okay, the last piece will wait for the ads to end. Everybody who's not an ad, well, why don't you do a little stretchy or have a little sippy of whatever drink you had, right? I really need one myself, actually. Welcome back! We got the last piece remaining. And it's still incomplete. Even after all our efforts. Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that for 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Were some pieces missing? Stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still. It doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understood how it got broken. Unstable jar added to the court record. Jar pieced back together from fragments found at the crime scene. A piece is missing. Continue examining. We're not done here yet. If you put these pieces together, it makes a jar. There are 2 things that bother me. 1. Why are some of the pieces missing? 2. Doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke. I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar. Okay, and now there's this. Look! This one's open! And the red indicator light above the door is lit. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprints. Detective Goodman's locker? Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. And now we can talk to Gumshoe. So, Detective Gumshoe, your boss for the day. That's right, it's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here, in the police department. But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Or are your underlings? They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put the case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. I have a locker. You have a locker in there, too, Detective Gumshoe. Of course, I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. You can open. Evidence lockers? This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed to that only one detective can open it. Using their ID cards. Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why? I'm on my 3rd car since entering the force already. Wow. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coated with a fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own. Oh? Was that I'm seeing there?
Funny, they look like normal lockers.
These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see?
The handles?
On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it...
Zap! You get a shock!
If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Only the assigned detective prints can unlock it. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open. Edgeworth? I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens.
So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee now, right?
They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess-up in the court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from the case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case, finally? But first, let's snoop in his locker, teehee. He closed it back! Wait, was this his locker or this his locker? I think it might have been this one, right? Talk? Do I present my stuff? We sure got a lot of stuff to show in that case, and also we can spray. Look at this. Detective Goodman's note and the switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection. That was Mr. Edgeworth's big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there's some loose ends left on that case. Can I have your ID thingy? Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. I heard the rumors. So, it was Goodman who came in here at the time. Whoa!
What is it?
The second number! It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth!
What?
The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth!
What? What?
Well, I'll be damned. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Why indeed? Allow me to say one thing speaking as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing! Nothing! That's fine. You bet it's fine, pal. This? Nope, nothing. Nothing. Ow. Nope, still nothing. Still nothing. And that's fine. You can't open the lockers if your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can open it, then I'll give you 50 cents. Wow. I would be so fortunate.
Note, the police department lacks faith in its lock system.
Oh, that's another way to view it. After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. Okay, I guess it's time to spray and pray. Examine? No. Use? Check? Oh, we can examine the bottle. Scientifically. Someone used a marker to write their name on it. Emma Sky. Don't tell me you brought this with you everywhere you go.
Well, you never know where something might go down.
Just what kind of world do you think we live in? A dangerous one, pal! So, how do I use it exactly? Hold up. Hold up. E. Spray! Alright, pal. Time to investigate. A lot of blood. Can I spray gumshoe just to be safe? And then what? Examine? No? Well, we found more blood. Did I do something wrong? Excuse me? Allow me to say one thing. Yeah, not that. I just want to spray. Examine. Can I spray here? I wonder. Please move on. Move along. No, gotta be thorough. What if there's blood on this fishing pole? This dummy was shot. We gotta check for blood. It disappeared. There you go. Finally it reacts. Examine. That must have been one massive pool of blood. I've never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien?
This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it in the floor plans.
Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Sorry. Well, I guess that's it. I guess that might be it. Wanna look at this, detective? Nope. Well, sure. Whatever. Is there anything else? No, just loops. Is that it then? Okay. Yep. Slowly collecting our pile of names. That's probably it, right? Look at this. Yep, there's a puddle. I'm sure we'll have to point at it in court at some point or another. Have we showed him this yet? And as the victim, Detective Goodman's ID card. Yep, can never relax. It's only because you always lose your card. I always forget my secret number too. Scary, huh? My face shouldn't be ID. My face should be ID enough. That's the world. What's the world coming to? Detective Gumshoe rebel against the system. Sure does. This is my crowning achievement, my masterpiece, you might say. But art is always misunderstood, pal. Art? We have he was dancing proudly on the day of the awards ceremony. There were a lot of people coming and going after the ceremony, so they took the blue badger away for a while. Really? Why? Oh, they said it was shameful or something like that. Shameful! I toiled night and day! I sympathize with Detective Gumshoe, but I can't see why they moved it. I don't. Why? Why? I'm going to guess there's not much else. Shall we go then? Look for more ID card owners, perhaps. You wouldn't happen to be one, sir, would you? Would you? Nope. No faith in evidence whatsoever. sure showing any of this will do anything. So... woof. Entrance? Move. Criminal affairs? Well, the guy's gone, but you know who isn't? Damn it. Nothing to do with him. Disappointing. Move. Detention center. Event. This, hopefully. Officer Mickens, could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry. You're useless. Any of new evidence you find interesting and or enticing? To any extent? Nope. I don't remember. Did we show this to Gumshoe or not? Can only be submitted to Chief of Police. Never mind then. But I'm still gonna go through these just to be safe. In it. Nope. Nothing new with you. Working lot? Hello? Nothing new to say? What about this? Could you take a look at this? Well, I suppose they took her card away, didn't they? Yep. I guess we could try go finding Edgeworth and grill him about his card being used. You are familiar with these pieces of evidence. Talk to me! Not about tea, preferably. Nope. Okay, fine. Moving right along, in that case. Let's see if he's back. Nope. Still MIA. What else can you go? No one be a bust. Over to the detention center. Do you have any more intel? You wager? Or are you just gonna keep taking notes? Yep, gonna keep taking notes. Is there something else we can get out of Gumshoe? Because there's nobody else we can really talk to. No. Still. About any of this. Well, he's the one who gave us this. What about this? Evidence. Naturally. Once again, missing a vital step. Can I show him this new stuff? Yes. I might have. Okay, fine. That being said, I don't think we can talk about anything new with him. Nah. I showed you this? I might have, and it's nothing. What else are we missing? I wish Edgeworth was back. Thinking. But a bit at a loss here. So we got Goodman, we got Edgeworth. Who else could have possibly had an ID card? Chief. Both the police station and prosecutor, perhaps, but again, nowhere to be found. So eerily quiet outside the police station. Very unrealistic. Sir? Nope, don't think that we can do anything with this, but what if... I can't give it to him. Unfortunately. Really though. What else are we missing? Now would be a good time for a clue. If anybody is still willingly giving them out. Nothing new with this guy. Can we show this to him? Do you think you could take a look at this? That's it, sir. That's it. That's it. What's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. But sir, now I remember. I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card was the cause of it all! Haven't we talked about this? This ID card? Exactly, sir. Nothing could be more exact. I'd better pry into this one little deeper. No. Can't. Sorry, sir. Nothing. Are you sure you don't have a card? You're like positively, absolutely sure? I clearly missed something somewhere, so they wouldn't let me move on. But where and what is the question. If somebody would check for me, kindly, that would be like super duper nice and fantastic of you. Thanks. I think we pretty much tried to talk to her about all the new stuff. She was just trying to drown us in tea instead. You seen this? You ignorant fool! Because I kinda wanna finish this chapter tonight, you know? I showed her this. She didn't give a shit. Didn't care about this. What about this? Do we show the jar to Gumshoe? I don't remember. Can we examine it now, actually? We actually can. Hey, look! They're hard to make out, but there's some dark red stains here. Looks like blood. Do you think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on this when he was stabbed? Not likely. This blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. This jar was evidence in the SL9 accident. That might be when the blood got on it. Uh-huh. Anything else? It's got a hole in it, I think. Nothing inside. Nothing else we can look at there. Look at this evidence. Also, the text says SL911. Guess this is another piece of evidence from the case. You know, I never did care for the word tag. That's confusing. Huh? What's so confusing about that? Do you know how many other words sound like it? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag. Zag? Is that a word? Do you challenge me? What? Are we playing a word game here? I guess we are. Huh? Did we read all we got from Boss? Boss? Boss! Check. I'm checking. Wanna get zapped, Phoenix? there's nothing I can do about it. I don't think. I mean, we've looked at all the evidence that we collected from the evidence room. That's not what I wanted to do. So... check. Yep, we got the blood stains. I sprayed it all over the place. We didn't find any more blood, I don't think. Chakaruni? Nothing new here. I don't know. The dwarf is still missing. Obviously. The one person that I could really use right now. And who do you mean by boss? Yash? I think I'm getting a bit confused. At this hour. Let's go back to... You are not interested in any of this. I wager. Yep. Not a care in the world. This. Nothing. Well, that's good. Everything is nothing to you, huh? Unbelievable. I'm trying to find where we are in the guide, but I'm missing some plot myself. Well, you know which chapter we are in, I would wager. Because that's chapter 5. And we were in the evidence room. We currently are in the evidence room. And from there on, I'm kinda a little bit stuck. We've checked everything for blood, we've looked at all the stuff in the examine mode. We've remade the vase in its almost full glory. And yeah. That's all. That's all I got. Oh, there's a line incident all of a sudden. Surprise, surprise. I guess it's after we looked at the new evidence closely. Great. Now that was a bloody, violent case. Violent, so it was a murder. A serial killing. A serial killing. Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around this to nab him. And this was 2 years ago. That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence. It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So the switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. Uh-huh. And? One of the cabinets might be Marshall's? I can't? I mean, I've examined all of them. I'm pretty sure. It doesn't let me look at any of them without, you know, not showing that it's not checkmarked already. So, are you saying that I go talk to Marshall about the thing? I mean, we can try, but I'm pretty sure I showed it to him and he was like, yawn, partner. And? Yep. Doesn't give a crap. Maybe somebody is back after we've talked to Gumshoe? Fingers crossed? Like, I don't know, Edgeworth maybe? Or some... Parking lot. Prosecutor's office. Still nothing. Do we have some set with fingerprints as she scientific investigator? Nah. We don't. Well, I showed her everything under the sun, and all she has to offer is tea. Talk to you about anything else? No one is still here. Oh, this is getting tiresome. Still nothing here. I don't know, I'm kind of starting to think that maybe we should call it here if this is not gonna advance anytime soon. We showed and talked about pretty much everything, did we not? We can check this, but for what reason? I guess I might look up a guide. So, guys, hang in there for a sec. I hope I can alt-tab this no problem. Maybe I should actually save first. Hold on. The dog tried to climb the bed unsuccessfully. If you heard anything, that was her. Okay. So somehow we should get that from... Hold up. Somehow we should get that from and get some numbers from Edgy office? Hold up. Are you saying that we should go to Edgeworth's office and try spraying there, maybe? Could be something. We can technically go spray even the guard place. Theoretically. Spray. This is where the confrontation took place, after all. Any blood on the cacti? I would assume. There is blood on the cacti! I knew it. Examine! Zoom enhance! Wow! We got a reaction! There's clearly blood around the spines here. This room's pretty messy. Someone must have tripped over or something. And planted their head right in these spines. I think that might be some more painful than being murdered. Well, there's that. See, we don't have the fingerprints set, like you said, Yesh, but we do have the spray. So... maybe that's what they meant? Parking lot. Move. Prosecutor's office. Examine. Tab. Spray. Aha! Found something. What? It looks like some blood has dripped down here. Judging by the amount, my guess is that's from a nosebleed. A nosebleed, Maybe in his wrath? Mr. Edgeworth slapped someone for their incompetence. Why does Detective Gumshoe face come to mind? I hope not. Who would do that to Gumshoe? A precious little dick. Well, nothing else here. Nope. Unless there's blood on this. Nope. We should have some dust that can bring us some fingerprints, I suspect, to use on a suspect to use on that case. We don't have any. I'm not sure at which point we should have gotten it, and from where, and from whom. Just a spray. Are you sure you're not looking too far into the case? Yes? Well, that was a waste. Can we spray around some more, maybe? Here? Have we ever sprayed this area? Hello? Examine? Nope. Sorry about your ears, everyone. Had to be done, and done quickly. This place is clean, by the way. Neither do I, maybe from the boss or something? We can't talk to anyone at the police station, if that's what you meant. Who else the boss? I'm gonna spray this place for a good measure. Pissed. Oh, come on. Can't. Anyway, this case and few others are special from the release of the game. That's why we had that outro last time. Yeah, I figured that might have been the case. The case, get it? Okay, I'm going to look into it myself, guys. Again, fingers crossed we can safely alt-tab out of this. Hang in there. I might even put on some music for you. How does that sound? Good? Okay, muting myself for now. Okay, guys, I'm still looking into it. Because, everything is a little bit sluggish with streaming and all that. So let's see. We examined the gloves. We put the pieces together. Right. We sprayed everything. Gumshoe is shocked. Oh, hold on. Some wafer from pen spray. Oh. Did we miss one then? I'm pretty sure we were pretty thorough with spraying the entire bloody area, but I think I see what we missed, potentially. Again, not entirely sure how, but let's skedoodle back to the evidence room. This might be our salvation. Move. No, actually not move. Actually examine. Q. Eat the spray. Which one was Gumshoes again? Pretty sure we sprayed all of this. There it is! Examine. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Yeah, I say. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called luminal testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where did you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans. And then we can finally go, I think. I think we can finally move. Maybe? Hold on. Because next stop they said would be at Edgeworth's place. Oh god, I'm losing all track of what's going on. Move. Entrance. Move. Around parking lot. Move. At prosecutor's office. Please. Still nothing. Oh my god. Do we... I guess we should have talked to Gumshoe about this first? Again, I'm disconnecting my brain from the whole situation. Evidence room. Talk. No, still nothing, really. Present this thing, which is full of blood everywhere? No? Still nothing? Wonderful. Yep. We got that. We checked all the papers on Edgy's office. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we checked every single particle in his place. Unless there's somehow more now. My god, why does it have to be so difficult to get to places? Yep. Everything has been examined 10 times over by this point. Sprayed, too. Here, I'll put some on the desk as well, for good measure. Okay, guys, I'm putting you in detention again. Okay. The prosecutor's office. Gumshoe is shocked, as it is on his locker, and adds to the floor plan spray on what looks like the crime scene. Did that already? There's a lot of blood there. Something really happened there. A little mark, a spot on the floor plans. Gumshoe will then leave to give Edgeworth his report of the day. So we missed something, I guess. What did we actually miss on the bloody place? Oh my gosh. We did that. We've put together the pieces. We found the glove. We looked at the glove. We talked about everything. Why wouldn't Gumshoe leave? Damn it! What? Why? Huh? And spray the upper right locker of the left of the crime scene. Is there more? Are we for real? For real? I spray every single millimeter of that place. Send help. Police department. Please. I want to move on. Please. This is, in true point-and-click fashion, excruciating. What have I missed? Is there more? Surely not. Enjoy this beautiful sound effect, by the way. Hope it's not burning off your ears. Much like this solution might. Is there blood on any of these? You're all paranoid. I've already looked at this. Come on now. Have we not?
I knew it! This is someone's right handprint!
What? What's the matter, detective? I'm pretty sure we sprayed it earlier and it didn't lock in on it. Surely you remember when we were still spraying the floor and I sprayed this fingerprint first thing first. Okay, fine, whatever. Moving on. This locker! It's mine!
It's yours!
Please, you have to help me! When they come to take me away, promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly! You'll do that for me, won't you, pal? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plan. I'm counting on you guys! Believe me, you can't trust the police!
What? But you're a detective!
Hey, pal, look at the time! Was there something you needed to be, was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to go give them my report for the day. It might help you, you know?
Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer?
The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in it. One needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe. I'm off, pal. Later. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. It was right there all along. And I have video footage, evidence, you might say, that I did spray that spot previously, like half hour ago, maybe more? Anyways, I'm leaving. Goodbye forever, I hope. Examine. Oh. Through the parking lot. To the High Prosecutor's office. Edgeworth! Oh, hello. Ah, guests, my apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry. I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Oh, sorry, that was Phoenix. Ah, yes, he brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Well, if you put it that way, do we have it in our inventory? Can I look at it? No, I think our inventory might be completely bloody full. Anyways, the committee. So, how did the committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communication error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again. I've heard them say that so many times, ever since that case 2 years ago. Tomorrow's trial? Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecutor attorney. However, something happened. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police, Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still, wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. We found some shit, this including... Oh right, I'd better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to. By Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police? Screwdriver! He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. It's always a screwdriver. He told me he wanted me to keep it here, in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if... It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief has never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbing, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with this current case. Now I'm curious about this other case, I'd better make a note of it. Evidence from a past case of Edgeworth, brought back to his office by Gant's request. Stubborn as always, I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Do I have it? Lo and behold, our inventory hasn't expanded. I'm going to look at it first though, before I rub it in his face. The text says AI-16.
Oh, what's that got to do with anything?
Nothing, apparently. At least that's what Edgeworth said.
That makes it seem all the more suspicious.
Who knows? This might turn out to be the clue that breaks the case. Let me guess, it will be. Wouldn't that be nice? But it's definitely suspicious. Right, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very polite manner.
Whose side are you on anyway? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him? Okay, let's see. Well, he saw this. Anything about this? Nope. That's his I don't give a fuck reaction, it seems like. Glove? Nope. I would very much like a warm cup of tea by this point. My old one is cold. Come on. What other evidence would you prefer? The locker, perhaps? Nope. Still not it. This! I found blood in your office! What you gonna say about that? Well, we've pretty much showed him everything we found at the evidence place. He already knows about the card. Am I missing something? Again! Nope, still. Huh? Hold on. You were the man who received the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Sorry, I clicked through a couple of these. I thought he was brushing us away once again. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Please. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time. Damon Gant! Surprise, surprise! That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago. Then. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous.
Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth?
What I want to know is why was a deputy chief of police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We're dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do not have a code, and I follow... I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something.
My sister? What?
If you were still studying forensic science.
Huh? Yes, of course. Why? Just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this.
Luminol testing fluid, huh? Well then. You might have a use for this.
Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints?
Well, there it is. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion.
For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know.
I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprints files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Recovers fingerprints from handprints for comparison with fingerprint file. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. God, I hope. My phone is dying. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Yes, I do wonder which one it might be. Surely not the one that we quotation marks missed in the evidence room. Here we go again. I was hoping not to come back, but I'm coming back. Everyone has moved on with their lives as well. Here it is. Sector 3 and all. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood and the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. Okay. A finger. Each finger leaves behind a slightly different print. So, let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Well, either this or this. This one is sideways, so... Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eye. First, we sprinkled the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With enter. See? Ah, it looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? Press E. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to though. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. Guess I'd better give it a try. Enter. Hello? You can stop. I'm blowing. I'm trying to blow. It's not blowing. Hello? I'm pressing E. It's still dusting. Can we not? Because... Okay. When I'm trying to move it with the cursor, it just keeps adding more dust. So I guess I gotta use the cursor keys to move around instead. Here's more. I'm dusting. I'm printing. I'm sure it's easier to do on a 3DS or DS, for that matter. Where you have your little stylus and all. And maybe you even get to blow on your console or whatever. Aha! You did it! You found one! But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker room again closely, there's another one. A very faint one. It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Is it you? You like exhale? Also, it might be easier to move around with arrows. Yeah, that's what we're doing here, apparently. Lay it on thick, boys! Come on. Does this look good? Does this look like a print to you? It kinda does. More powder. More of that white powder. Is this good? Enough? Or do you want more? Still. Maybe a bit more up top. Are you satisfied yet? Come on. Oh gosh. Surely this is enough. Surely this is readable. Ah. Come on now. Did we get it yet? Still more? We're going to run out of powder at this rate. Just cover the whole thing. Just flip the whole thing over. That's surely not a waste of our powder.
Yay! A print so clear, it's dazzling!
Dazzling.
Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away.
So, we're not done yet. This is quite a process.
Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right?
I guess she's right.
Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth and point to the person you think left these prints.
Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was?
I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprint are in different places, right? That means the print probably don't have anything to do with our case. So, whose fingerprints would be most likely, most likely to find on this evidence locker?
Gumshoes? Probably? What's with the meter? Where's Gumshoe? There's Gumshoe. Compare. I got a feeling it's gonna be a pretty good match. You know, because it's his locker.
Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me that so what look.
I guess it's probably because I was thinking so what.
Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright.
Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. There sure was. Here, where did it go? By the way. Do I need to spray you again? Hello? There. I can look at it. But can I apply it to that thing? It once again is giving me nothing. Can I please examine it? Please. I think this is as clear as it gets. Please. What am I doing wrong, Ken? There wasn't anything else here, was there? Just this. Just this and this. Dude, I don't know what. There we go. This is where we got a luminal fluid reaction, right?
Right, there was a handprint here. Okay, want to try using this?
2 guesses as to whether I do or do not. Okay, let's check for prints.
That's right. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first.
What?
The area with the blood was wiped away, right?
We only ended up finding it using chemical means.
Any print that area will have been wiped away too.
Oh, right. So that means no prints.
Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is right?
Don't ask me.
Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away.
Prints other than the ones that let the blood. Huh? Is there more? Around here somewhere, I would assume. There were some more fingers. Right? Cake it on thick! Somewhere in here must be a fingerprint, I think. We'll find it. We'll find it eventually. Just make the whole area all nice and powdery. So it doesn't complain that I didn't use enough. Can make a cake out of all of this flour. Eek. Still not enough. Almost there, I'm sure. Is this good? Bingo. Now, who you might be? It's not Gant, I don't think. It's not you. Marshall? Compare? What was our partner doing there? Was that his locker? Or... Hey, these fingerprints, they...
Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know?
It's Officer Marshall.
Huh? Officer Jake Marshall?
Found on a bloody handprint left in the evidence room. The print had been wiped.
That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in this crime.
Emma, this is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminal reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place.
Oh. Oh!
So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped blood stain.
But why would Officer Marshall...
Looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence.
I don't believe it.
Finally. Oh, phew. Well, although the court hearing was very zippy and fast, this took us a bit of time. Some of it my fault, some of it I'm still going to point a finger at the game and say, you know I did this, didn't you? But hey, we're done for today. Congrats, everyone. I'm sure this case is on the way to being resolved. February 24th, 9:41 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. But, no, we are going to see to this later. As soon as the game will let me go to the options.
So what do you think, Mr. Wright?
I think it's time to wrap it the hell up. I'm done. I'm so tired. Yeah. I probably should have consulted the the thing sooner rather than later. But hey, we got there in the end. And that's what really matters. I hope it was a serviceable time that you had here today. And hopefully it's maybe going to be the last of the case on Thursday. Again, have no idea how long this actually is. On which day are we actually right now? Day 3? It might be actually 4 days. As I caught a glimpse when looking at the guide. So who knows, maybe it's not just the end of it yet. Maybe we're actually going to go into the next week. But yes, next time we're also going to start half hour early. That's probably gonna be the norm for the forthcoming Phoenix Wright streams. But yeah, that's it for tonight. I really need to go lay down. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Again, sorry it was a bit laborious today, but hope it was a chill time nonetheless. Take care of yourselves, stay warm, stay hydrated, and I hope to see you guys on Thursday. If you still haven't lost faith in this damn investigation. Alright then, take care for now. Bye-bye.